Hey everybody, I know it's been a little while since I've seen some of y'all and things have been a little crazy. I do apologize for that. For those who don't follow us on Facebook, my father passed away on November 7th. So we were dealing with some health issues as well as dealing with his loss. While it is still not easy to deal with, we are starting to cope. And what we're going to do today is we're going to prep some milk for soap because it is that time of year to really start buckling down on getting some soaps done. If you've been to our Etsy page, then you know that we have put some of our Etsy soaps on sale and that we have also added sisal bags. And if you're not sure what a sisal bag is, it's kind of like a soap saver bag or a loofah type material. And right now we're offering one of the sisal bags free with every soap purchase, and we're also offering them separately at $1 a piece. So let's get some milk measured out here. We're going to adjust you down so that way you can see what we're doing. And as you can see, we've got our milk, which I always use the immersion blender on it so that way I can reconstitute the cream back into it because it does separate even in the fridge. We've got a cup to measure with. We've got our scale, and our scale is set on ounces. We have our baggies and a pen, so that way we can mark each one. Now, the baggies that we use are these that don't have the slider on them. And the reason that I use these, now other people may not, but the reason that I use these is because of the fact that, as you can see on here, these sliders, they have a tendency to leak right here where it meets up. And I don't want milk all over the freezer because that's what we're going to do. We're going to package these up to freeze so that way we can have them ready when we're ready to make milk or to make soap. So let's start with this. We're going to turn everything on. And this bag's already marked at a 6-ounce bag, which is actually half a batch. And that is for some of our sample soaps that we're going to start making in different scents that we're not sure whether or not they will sell well. So we got a little too much over 6, so we're going to dump some out. And a little bit of milk goes a long way. And as you can see on top of here, you can see the froth where we've actually reconstituted the cream back in with the immersion blender. And we've got the measured out. We're going to add it to our bag. And we let it set so that way it can drip out as much as possible. And this is a 6-ounce amount. So this is a very small amount, which usually makes it a little harder to get the bags to seal correctly, because we want as much air out as possible so that way we can freeze them flat, because it makes it easier when we're making our soap. And that is going to be coming up in our next videos, is the soap that we make. Due to the fact that it's winter, we don't get a lot of work to do out here on the farm, so other than just busting water troughs and trying to keep feeds going and warmth. We do have babies coming in January and in February. In January, we have Luna and Saffron Dew. Luna is bred to George, and Saffron is bred to Mikey. And then in February, we have Olivia and Kimmy Dew. Olivia is bred to Mikey, Olivia is bred to George, and Kimmy is bred to Mikey. So now we've got our soap all ready to go. Now we're going to go right over here to our freezer. And as you can see, we're getting a new hot water heater. But we're going to go right over here to our little freezer. And it is just a little freezer. And as you can see, we've got quite a few others in here. So we're going to take our baggie. And they're trying to slide around, which is nothing unusual. And we alternate our baggies so that way they are back and forth. So this one will actually go in like this with the label up so that way it can set right there. And now we're going to package up the rest of our milks, and then we'll put them all in here, get them froze up, and then we'll be doing videos to show you the process of making the soap itself. And in that process, the camera will be a little farther away due to safety reasons, because of the fact that working with the lye can be caustic. You can see our little helper there in the window. That would be Stinker. He was actually my dad's cat. But now, let's get the rest of our soaps packaged up. And we're going to turn it on. And we're going to do a 12 ounce on this one, which is a full batch of soap. So let's get that one done. And I always put just a tiny bit over, usually 0.02, 0.03 over on the amount of milk, because you lose some when you freeze it. The freezing process does take off some of the moisture. So, we're going to get this one done up. Okay. Now we have our bag for 12. And again, it's just a simple process. Put your milk in. Let it drip as much as absolutely as much as possible. Set our cup back down, and we're back to 0 tare. On the scale, we're going to get this one going. And there's our 12. So now we can move on to our next one. So our next one, we're going to do some more 6s, because we are going to be doing some floral scents to come in here very soon. And because of that, I want to make sure that we've got plenty of small batches to try for you to try them out and see how you like them. And we got 6. And as you can see here, we truly do write the weight in each one, so that way we literally have all the information we need. Because trying to sort bags when you're making milk or making soap and getting milk ready for it, weighing frozen milk is not the easiest trick in the book. So to avoid that, we try to do it this way. And there's our 6 ounce. Now let's do another 6. Just because, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of new scents, and we're going to be adding in some floral scents, which have been actually suggested and asked for on our Etsy store. So we're going to get these done. And then we're going to, in our next video, we will show you the equipment that we use every time we make soap, what safety precautions we have when we make our soap, because there are quite a few. Making soap is not as easy as just throwing the ingredients together. You do have to be very, very careful due to the fact that you can get severely burned. So we do take all of the precautions needed. Now this one we're going to do a 12 just because we've already got some 6 ounces in there. So we're going to start getting some regular full batches put together. The next video, you'll be able to hear about some of the scents that we will have upcoming in the next couple of months, just because of the fact that we don't want to put it out there too quickly for everyone. We want everybody to kind of have that little bit of a surprise. So watching the videos, checking out our Facebook page, stuff like that, will let you know as we go what scents we have available. Also checking out our Etsy store. Oh, we've got a 12 ounce bag done, and we tared back to 0, so that tells me we're in good shape. And we're also going to be doing some of our tried and trues. Our lavender is actually rather low right now, so we will be doing some more lavender soaps in these next batches as well. But having the variety and being able to make the smaller batches to see what you guys like. And we take suggestions. You know, if you happen to, thank you, Kitty. If you happen to think of a scent that you would really like to try, let us know. We will happily take the suggestions and try it out and see what we can come up with. We have no problems with that. Right now, currently, we have quite a few available. I will actually show them to you as soon as we get this finished up. We're going to do another 12 ounce. And what I do with these is, even though they're just a normal single batch, I keep them like this. And sometimes I'll take out 2 and make a double batch. Sometimes I actually do want double batches set up and I don't have them. So this actually saves me a little bit of time in the long run as well, knowing that all I have to do is pull 2 of the 12s and I can put them together, and we've got our milk for our soap. Now, we do strive hard to have the best quality of milk for our soaps, and that is so that way you guys get the best quality. Now, that does not mean that we don't occasionally get an animal that gets sick on us, and we do treat them, but we do not pre-treat before anyone says anything. You will not find antibiotics in our milk. If we have an animal on antibiotics, they do not get milked in any way, shape, or form. This one's going to be a nice fatty milk, which will be really, really nice for a nice smoother soap. But we don't, if we get a single animal that goes on to antibiotics during the milking process, they're immediately, we stop milking, they do not get milked any further, and they are done until their next breeding. So you will never find antibiotics in our milk. Just for the simple fact that there's too many people out there right now, and I say this because we've had, you know, I hear it all the time, oh, well, you know, there's always antibiotics in milk. You will not find that in our milk. I would happily give anyone a sample of our milk to prove that wrong. We give our animals apple cider vinegar as well as good quality hay. We give them lots of grazing area. They get a measured amount of feed. You guys that have followed us for a while have seen this. You know this. So as you can see, this one's going to have quite a bit of extra fat in it. So this one I'm going to mark with an F. And what that fat is it's the cream. And that cream can make the soap a little different, can make it a little smoother. Now, not saying I honestly will not mark bars differently because they get a little extra fat in them. All the bars of soap get lots of whole goat's milk. We don't save the cream to do anything else with it for our milk, or for our soaps, I should say. Our soaps get whole goat's milk. You get straight whole goat's milk. Now, it's not to say that there aren't some situations where we do take the fat off for our own personal use, for making cheese or making butter, but that's for our personal use. That milk then gets consumed by me since I can't drink cow's milk. So we're going to get our bags put away, but before we do that, I want to give you guys a show of what we have as far as soaps available, as well as show you the rack system. And I know this is a little wobbly, but I've got you on a tripod today. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're going to come right down here. And as you can see, we have lots of different soaps. Right now we have, let's back this off a little bit so that way, right there. Oh, it's not focusing in real well, is it? No, it's not. And I don't know why it's not focusing in well today. But we have Brazilian orange, eucalyptus, sandalwood, plane. We have an amazing tea tree that I use myself. We have some lemongrass back here. We have some lavender, and we have some pine. Now, the sandalwood and the pine, most people would think, oh, those are more manly scents. I personally like using the sandalwood in the shower. I use the tea tree to wash my hands around the farm just because of the benefits of the tea tree oil. But that's my personal preference. And as you can see, here's our workstation. We actually package all of our soaps up here. And in packaging them, we've got all of our labels. Here's our packaging containers right now for just bulk amounts of soap. Now, if you wanted to buy a gift for someone, we actually have, and I'm going to have to get down here to get them. We have gift boxes. So if you wanted to send this to someone as a gift, what you would do was you would purchase the soap, put in their shipping address, and then you would message me on the Etsy site, and I would package it up in a nice little package box so that way you could take that and send it to them for a Christmas present, just in general, wanted to give you a gift type present. And here, if we can get this to focus, I'm not sure what's going on. Well, if you want to check out our Etsy shop, it's www.etsy.com/shop/SL Taylor Goat Soap. And I will put a link at the bottom of this video so that way you can check it out. For now, I hope everyone has a wonderful, blessed day. And make sure to stay warm because here it's rather windy and cold out. We had rains all weekend off and on. So have a blessed day. And thank you. If you like the video, don't forget to like and share it. And we'll catch you in the next video.